that have occurred to this conversation. But basically, long story short, I kind of maybe want to have a conversation with Mr. K because a few days ago, Peanut came up to me, was like, "Hey, I guess because they were robbing Group 6 people, right? They was like, listen, if you give me 500, like me and my boys won't rob you moving further, kind of thing. You know, we just kind of, I just won't rob you, kind of thing. He's like, if you pay up the 500." I was like, sure, whatever, because it was like $500. I didn't really think too much of it, like whatever, sure. So then I want to say the next following day, which was yesterday, I believe, I'm doing a run with a person named Link, right? I don't really know this person like that. It's just someone I linked up with to do the run with of the vault, right? So we go to the vault. I guess he 311's a call for cops to be in the area, for assistance, right? Which usually most Group 6 members do half the time to guarantee good not a robbery, right? So at the time, I didn't know this was CG at the time. So they pull up, um, and I'm coming out, and they have like I want to say they had like I don't remember it necessarily, but they had guns, right? He was like, "Hey, give us your shit," kind of thing. Like we want your stuff, right? So the cops is already pulled up on scene, right? So basically, they're already screwed, kind of thing. But the person that was handling me at the time when I was inside, which was Vinny, right? Keep in mind, me and Vinny have a really cool relationship for a very long time. Considering like I'm cool with like Taco and Vinny, and also Taco was there at the time. Keep in mind, I don't know that it's them. So I'm like, listen, I will give you 5K if you don't fucking rob me and in the future. He was like, all right, bet. So even when the cops is there, I still gave Vinny the 5K, right? To be honest, didn't really care about the 5K because I can make it back in the next run. I really didn't care about it. So I gave him 5K, right? He was like, all right, guaranteed, like you won't be robbed by me and then the boys in the future moving forward, right? So I was like, all right, cool. So they left. After they left, I guess my partner Link gave a statement to the cops of the guys being there. And I didn't know this until after. So he snitched, right? So I guess word got back to him snitching towards them because Vinny ended up pulling me to the side when I ran into him at the hospital. It was like, hey, who was that person with the bunny ears kind of thing? Why'd you guys end up snitching? I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't snitch. Like the one thing I don't do is fucking snitch. I don't. You can literally punch me in the face and I'll just say like I fell on my fucking, like I would never snitch. It was like maybe the guy did, absolutely. He was like, who's the person's name? So obviously I pointed him in the direction of the guy, right? He was like, all right, cool. Like, moving forward, that's fine. That we'll go after I guess they went after the guy until he told me like it was them at the vault. I was like, all right, that makes more sense, right? So keep in mind, I told him, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I literally just paid not pigeon, Peanut yesterday, 500 for them, not for you and your boys not to rob me, kind of thing, right? He was like, well, I'm gonna be honest, Peanut don't call the fucking shots around here. He has no leverage, he has no power in CG. Literally Taco texts me this, was like, listen, like I feel bad, like I'm sorry as far as like Peanut offering that, but he doesn't rent anything. He literally texted this to me. He was like, I'll just give you your 5K back if that's the case. Like I'll just give it back to you because we are cool with you, kind of thing. I was like, all right, cool. So literally an hour later, I'm on a run by myself. Keep in mind, I don't really care about the fucking run, but I run into them again. They run into me at the front of the laundromat. So it's the same group. It's like CG. It's like him, Vinny, Taco, and I guess K at the time too, right? So then there was like, oh, rob her, kind of thing. It was like, wait, what? We just kind of already robbed. He was like, I don't care. Her partner snitch. Rob her anyways. So I'm sitting there just like, he was like, listen, it's not like, that's not my problem. Like you need to control and be responsible for the person that snitched for you, is why you're pretty much like are getting robbed in the first place. So for me, it's just like, well, what is the point of me giving up the name and contributing to like further the relationship, like the 5K, if that was going to be an instant to rob me a second time when you already robbed me the first time an hour like later? It doesn't even make sense. So if and then so even after that, I was like, I text Talk. I was like, I don't understand what was the point of that. He was just like, honestly, I felt really bad. Like I felt bad. Like I really want to give you the money back because at the end of the day, like I'm not sitting here expecting them, like Vinny or like Taco, to say or speak up to like K at the time of like defending me or whatever, because at the end of it, it's their group, they're gonna look out for their people. But if we establish a deal kind of thing, you would think they will uphold that. So I'm just a little bit confused of what is the point of going like out of my way to contribute if it's just gonna be a fuck you next time kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? So if that's the kind of business or kind of thing that they're on, then I want to have a little bit of understanding because I'm not expecting things like in the future. You get what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like very confusing on their part. It's like, what was the point of, what was the point of even offering the deal of protection if you're just gonna say fuck me the next time? You know what I'm saying? So that's my issue right now with them.
Question. I mean, I'm just gonna call K because I feel like it's just one of them where I just need to call K and say, look, like you're at this point, you are the only person in our group that does G6, really. So making him aware and TG aware of that, so you don't get robbed, it shouldn't be that difficult. I'm not gonna lie, you should not have given Vinny 5K, but I hear it. Like you weren't trying to get robbed. I'm gonna shout K. Did you like? They know you're with us, right? Like that's not
Yeah, they
blurred
do. That's the
lines.
point. Like
Because
I've
I don't
had,
know.
yeah, I have like a good relationship with Taco and Vinny, right?
Yeah.
And Taco was texting me, and said this. He was like,
Because I'll be real with you, it sounds like Peanut come to you on a random scam thing, took $500 off you, right? With no
right,
intention of like telling the rest of CG about it.
right,
You're
and
giving him the
that's what Taco
500.
said. He was saying just want to say that I did say that on Peanut. I mean that him for not telling us Peanut don't got power in doesn't got power in CG to be giving shit out like that. So that's my fault. I say okay, I understand. And then he said, listen, it's all good. I didn't know Pino made that deal with you. Also, was in my head during that whole robbery. I want to give the 5K back to you from the OG robbery. Like, I get it. There's no honor amongst thieves, right? And maybe I'm done for continuing to ignore and like allow us to have like a better relationship moving forward with like our gang and theirs kind of thing. But what the hell is the point of giving your word completely and disregarding the next time? Personally, like for me, it's like damn if I do, damn if I don't. Like moving forward, it just seems like no matter what, if we strike a deal of some sort, like it doesn't seem like it might. Because obviously, I understand like if your leader tells you like fuck all, then obviously you're gonna have to just follow orders, right? Like I'm not upset about that, but it's like what like if that's the case, then maybe like they shouldn't be offering and telling me one thing and then completely disregarding the next time I do run into them.
Were they robbing you specifically or just the truck?
They took the entire truck, but they robbed me. They were at the robbery previous, like an hour before.
The issue is like the thing is with the G6 robberies is a pain in the ass as it stands. But aside from the whole G6 thing, I don't really give a fuck about it. Like if it's a G6 issue or not.
Right.
Peanut tried to hit a lick on you on a fucking just a scam thing for $500, right? You've paid him the 500 and you've seen that as protection as you would because you would assume that he's not lying to you. He's obviously told no one about that. They've pulled up, robbed the truck. You've obviously given them the 5Gs to not get robbed, which like just in future, like don't offer that. Like if someone's trying to rob you, don't offer them shit. Even if it's someone you feel like is you're good friends with, like you shouldn't have to say to Vinny, oh, have this $5 grand to not rob me. Vinny should go, oh, Gigi, I'm not gonna rob you. But like if I would talk to Taco, get that 5K back, not like on a
should I talk to Taco or should I talk to K is the question.
Well, if he's giving you the 5Gs, get the 5Gs off Taco, and then I can just call Mr. K and I can say to him that this has happened a couple times now where you've been getting robbed and you made a deal with Peanut and then with Vinny and then this thing all happened, then it feels a little disrespectful.
Right. Okay.
And then we can go from there, energy from there.
Right,
I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not like mad about it. It's just kind of one of those things where it's just like very confusing, just to disregard the entire thing and just like we'll rob her anyways kind of thing regardless. Because I guess
Vinny,
they still like Kate feels like I had a part of snitching of giving for them being there, right? But that wasn't even me, it was the person I was running with.
That's a little techie, that section. Like I mean, it's just you didn't know the guy.
No, I don't know the guy like that. And how am I supposed to know until I've only found out after he gave a statement until they left?
It's not the first time we've had that scenario. It was a similar thing
he was just like, well, like it's your responsibility. Like make sure it's your husband to your part to not snitch, kind of thing. How am I supposed to fucking know that?
Yeah, that is what happened with the Sunny truck, innit? Someone called this.
Yeah, the guy we were doing Sunny with. Yeah, he 311 it while we were there.
Just got like maybe set a precedent to not call cops with whoever you're with. Be like, look, not call cops, but also if you're getting robbed, like I'll just literally call K and tell him stop robbing Gigi. Like she's good friends with all of you lot. Get your money back. And if it carries on, like, then it's pretty clear at that point.
Yeah, I mean, when there was like 10 of us doing it, I get it. But now that there's only really one of us doing G6, it's not difficult to just not rob that one of us.
Person, bro. That's why I don't give a fuck about it being G6. Because if there was 15 of us doing it, like you say, makes sense.
I can understand if like we didn't have like a good relationship with another gang, right? It was kind of shaky. Then there's kind of just like, well, you can be a little slimy towards them because you don't really have that. But it's considering the fact that we've worked with CG like in passing, moving forward, like look out for them. Kind of we scratch your back, they scratch us, kind of thing. It kind of upstains like our relationship with them. But if that's the case, and it doesn't kind of tarnish it a little bit, if they can't like uphold their end of the bargain a little bit, like respect me in that sense.
CG just walked a line of how much they like. I feel like from what I've seen for how they are with us, they walk a line of like the limit they can push to see what we'll do. And if we do have pushback, I don't think they're crazy against that. They just are kind of cheeky in the way of trying to see how much they can get over on us without us doing anything about it. Just one of them. If we just call them straight and just say, look, this happened. Taco can sort you the money back if he's already said he's going to do that. Like, if it was a situation where they were like, you're not getting your 5K back, I feel like that's a lot more
hostile.
Yeah, hostile than the fact you've got people trying to give you your P's back. So see if you can get the P's back, and I'll talk to them.
All right, I'll go for that, and then I'll kind of update you moving forward and see if I can speak to Taco.
But if you don't get the money back, like, let us know, because that changes everything.
Yeah, I will.